What is up, my bodyweight warriors, and welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while, but I am back, hence the video title. I'm back for two reasons. Number one is the weekly vlogs will be back because the project I was working on that was taking up a lot of time is now pretty much officially done. More on that in a second. And number two is I finally feel that now, 2 years after I was put out for injury, I'm finally back where I started in terms of strength. And again, I'll get to that one in a bit. More on that project. So the project that I want to chat to you about is something that is releasing tonight when this video goes live, and that is my first ever public program entitled Bodyweight Basics. This program I am so excited and so proud to be releasing and telling you about. It's been on the works most of this year. In fact, it was originally part of my Bodyweight Basics vlog series, and the program kind of sprung out of that. Because I've been fully booked all year for coaching and I have like a 6-month waiting list, I wanted to create something that would be kind of where I would start most people out when they started working with me. But I just want to make it a public program that people can buy and use straight away without any wait. If you want to find out more details about it, it'll be the top link in the description down below, so make sure you go check it out if you're interested. And I really cannot wait for you guys to try it out. So now we got some food and fuel. I want to update you all on my training, how it's been going, where I'm at. I've also got a training session later tonight and I'm going to film some of that and talk you through it, old school commentate style. But before that, that guy, he needs a walk. You wanna go for a walk? Should we go for a walk? Yeah? Let's go then. Save you all the sob story when it comes to my injury, because I'm sure a lot of you know. If you're not aware, 2 years ago, I basically developed chronic tendonitis in both my elbows, medial epicondylitis, golfer's elbow, and that kind of put me out of upper body training for the next 9 months. As I was recovering from that, I then tore my supraspinatus, which took me another 3 months to recover from, and then because my shoulder was still weak, I developed bicep tendonitis, which then took me another 3 months to recover from. So all in all, I was out for like 14 months-ish completely with injury, very inconsistent training. And, you know, results and strength and muscle mass kind of all suffered because of it. And to be honest, the last 2 years, all in all, has just kind of been a scramble to try and get back to the point of which I was beforehand, which I feel like I can kind of finally say that I have. So there's kind of 4 main points where I feel like I'm now back to the point where I was before. Number one, and probably the most recent thing to achieve, is the one-arm chin-up. Just before I got injured, I kind of achieved my first ever one-arm chin-up, something I've been working forward to a while. It was a big goal at the time, and that was ultimately actually what led to my initial injury of just overtraining with the one-arm chin-up, doing it too much, doing it too often. 2 week ago, I actually managed to get my first one-arm chin-up since that point. So 2 years later, it's taken me to go from the point of not even be able to do like a row with a 5 kilo dumbbell without having pain in my elbow, and now I'm able to do a one-arm chin-up, and I never thought I would get back to this position, never. Also around that sort of time, I achieved my first L-sit pike press, which about a month ago I also managed to re-achieve again, which I haven't done in ages. Next is the one-arm chin-up, something that I started training just before I got injured, and again, one of the contributing factors to me developing that initial injury. I knew nothing at the time when I was training the one-arm handstand. Initially it was kind of just hacking it together, trying to attempt to balance in the one arm. It was rubbish. And now I would think I can safely say that my one arm is definitely hugely better than it was. It's still a long way off, but it's hugely improved. And I'm sure I said 4 points, but I can't for the life of me think what the 4th point was. So for anyone who is injured out there, when you rehab and you get to the point of which where you start feeling pain, you start feeling confident that things are improving, the likelihood is you're probably around 80 or 90%. And if you jump back into the normal training and go at it hard again, you'll probably reoccur that injury or make it worse, or you'll get bad patterns from what you're used to doing to compensate for that injury. So continue the rehab way past the point of injury and just make sure you've got a rock solid foundation. with Bodyweight Basics. Whatever shot right. Anyway, enough ramblings. If you have any comments on this about injury, about your experience with it, then leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. I've got a couple of Black Friday deals you might want to look out for. Number one is my t-shirts. There's actually going to be a limited edition all black Bodyweight Warrior t-shirt, which will be discounted. Again, I'll link that down below. And also, if you want to get your hands on some very, very cheap and also good quality supplements, then Bulk Powders is having an absolutely ridiculous sale. I literally don't know how they're making any money. I think it's like up to 65% off and then an additional 30% off or something. That starts on Friday as well. So well worth heading over there and stocking up on some of the essentials cheaply. This is something I do every year. Black Friday, I'm like, give me all the supplements, and then it kind of lasts me the next 6 months. But yeah, I think that's it for plugging. Let's get back to the vlog. It's been a few hours since we chatted. It is now like 5:30, 6 o'clock-ish. I'm just about to head off and train, but I knew there was one thing that I wanted to show you before we hit this up, and that is these. How freaking cool are these? These are from my client, Mark, and they are Sean Connery in the 1960s doing handstands with the lady from Dr. No. But I'll put a link in the description down below to where you can grab them. I like James Bond. Sean Connery was the best James Bond. And I just thought they were kind of iconic photos. Really, really cool. I think that's enough delaying. Let's get to the gym. So obviously a lot of my training is handstand based at the moment. One-arm handstand is my goal. So about half my training is handstand related. So that's what we're going to go over a little bit today. A lot of people have been asking why I've been doing so much tuck lately, and that's because you need to understand #tuck life. The importance of doing the tuck, because it's basically another development on the straight handstand. The straight handstand you have will be wrists, shoulders, hips, feet, all in one nice straight line. When you go into tuck handstand and you bring the legs down, all of those points, the wrist, the shoulders and the hip, should stay in one nice straight line. And then the ultimate expression of the straight handstand would be the pike, in which we go into a pike position, but still the wrists, the shoulders and the hips remain in line. And that is the challenge of it. You need some extremely badass shoulder flexibility and also some really strong shoulders. So that's why I've been working tuck so much. If you want a really good handstand, you want good shoulder flexibility, you want strong shoulders, do more tucks. I've also been working a lot with just flagging, working on shifting weight over, working on entering the flag a little bit easier, but also just maintaining good shoulder position. This flagging is so much better than it once was. Definitely is still a little bit to the desired, but it's plenty enough to get the one arm for the moment. The other thing I've been doing is also a lot of fingertip support holds, as you saw from the original, something that was pretty weak to begin with. It's definitely felt a lot better, especially in the last month. I've been getting more consistent holds. I will admit that today was not a good balance day. Those do happen. It's one of those things with hand balancing, is just sometimes things don't go well, things aren't good, and you kind of have to accept it in that session, move on, and eventually, as long as you keep putting the work in, things do get better. Here's the one-arm chin-up attempt as well from today. As I said, I got it about 2 weeks ago. I haven't tried it since. I was a little bit fatigued today, hence why I didn't get it. And then on the left arm, it's not particularly close, but you'll see kind of how close it is. It's there or thereabouts. It's something that I haven't actually worked directly for training. I've just been filling in the weak points, and then I've been doing a lot of general conditioning, and I've actually been using a little bit of weighted stuff lately, just because I've liked having the element of being able to adjust the load incrementally and track weights and track progress. So things like these bent over rows, very, very simple replacement. It would be a bodyweight row, and I think the bodyweight row is probably a better exercise, but it's nice to try this as well. It still allows the scapula to move, and also helps a little bit of posterior chain strengthening. I've also been doing a little bit of some snatch press, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, that's bad for your shoulders, but it's really not. It's only bad for your shoulders if you don't have the range of motion. And if you have good external rotation and relatively good overhead position, doing some snatch grip press can actually be a really good way of progressing and strengthening your shoulders in that extreme overhead position. This is what Olympic lifters do when they're having to support lots of weight overhead. So there's transfer over there to the handstand. And then finally, of course, just some standard pull-ups. My conditioning, as you can see from this, is pretty simple. It's rows, some overhead press, some pull-ups, some push-ups. I'm just keeping things basic because the complexity is high with handstand work. But that is basically the workout. If you have any questions, you know what to do, leave a comment down below. And that is basically it. I'm now the next day, just editing this video for you. By the way, the orange juice, I probably didn't address it, is my current post-workout of choice. Freshly squeezed orange juice, a pinch of sea salt. Oh my God, it is so good. I don't know why I've been craving this lately. Maybe I'm pregnant or something. I am also wearing the new blackout t-shirt. It's pretty low-key, pretty minimal. Again, if you want this or anything else I've talked about today, link is in the description down below. I hope you feel updated onto where my training is at. As I said, vlogs are going to be coming a weekly thing, so leave a comment down below if you have anything you want me to chat about, want to know about, or anything I want to cover. Excuse you. But that is pretty much it for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you have any questions, as always, leave a comment down below. I'll always try to get back to you. And while you're down there, why not check out the description? You've got the new Bodyweight Basics program that I'm so excited to release to you. Bulk powders, Black Friday sale, t-shirts, links to anything I've chatted about today. But that has been it for this week, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a strong week and peace.